lockdown drills are basically drills preparing us for just in case a dude come in school trying to play real life Call of Duty.
I remember I kind of liked the lockdown drills because our school would always just default to go under the desk and stay quiet. So it was just like, for me, it was nap time. I would legit just take a nap during lockdown drill. Today we're gonna watch Degenerocity for the first time. We're gonna check it out. And let's start with their most popular school drill. This one, the thumbnail, I don't get it. I don't think this is a typical school drill. This looks like a cult. And we're not a cult, but they look like a cult. There's a tornado drill. You've done it when you were younger. Oh, I just never did a tornado drill. Is it you're supposed to be... Yeah, I went under the desk. I didn't just like go on the hallway like this. I've never done it this way for a drill. You go into the hallway to get away from glass. Gotcha. Makes sense now.
On Earth, we face a multitude of natural enemies. We have the wild animals,
What
the natural disasters, the Fire Nation,
Fire
and worse yet, Steve Kerr's son. And throughout our lives, we are preparing ourselves. If
It
normally,
sounds like a beginning of the Avatar, Last Airbender, the Fire Nation, training, preparing for a battle in the beginning of time.
in the grown-up world, we'll just shoot and ask questions later if we account to these problems. And sometimes, half the time, it works every time. However, there are some occasions that humanity's natural enemies might come for us at school. And in case of those situations, we have school practice drills. Now, is that really why we have school drills? No, I just have a phobia of Steve Kerr's son. American
Who
schools
is that? Who's Steve Kerr's son? He's mentioned again.
drills.
Don't say his name. Why? That's a meme? No. Name forbidden. Don't say the one who shall not be named.
American schools are known for a lot of things. None of them are good things, but they are certainly things.
I haven't had to use that in a while. This school cafeteria plates. Why is the milk so thick?
And I remember in school we used to have surprise emergency practice drills. You know, stuff like the fire alarm piercing our ears at 8:30 in the morning while we're still half asleep. And for me, these drills never made sense. Because each drill, they'd want us to act in a calm and organized fashion. Even in a situation...
What is the guy doing in front of he folds the clothes nicely and kneels down in front of the toilet. Why?
When it's not a drill and it's the real thing, they expect students to just walk out calmly. That's just not reality. In a real fire drill, nobody gonna walk in a single filed line out the door. Everyone is gonna be running and sprinting out of there, shoving everything and everyone out their way. That's what's really gonna happen. Nobody's gonna be calm and collective. Everybody's gonna be running out of there because they don't wanna burn to death. Now, this also might not be the safest way to do it. Cause in a perfect world, we're all running as fast as possible, but we're all running in sync. You know, nobody getting trampled or injured, no casualties. We'll all get out of there spick and span. The problem is that doesn't exist, and we have some slow-ass people holding us up from us trying not to be burned alive. Fast students trying to run away and the slow students...
What if there are people trying to run and then there's some people actually trying to stick with the drill and they're just walking calmly and that causes the clash? That's a sloth? Oh my gosh, I didn't notice until I read sloth spotted. I thought this was the head and then these were the legs.
I don't want the slow students to get injured, you know. We're all human after all. I'm trying to get everybody out of there as safe and fast as possible. So I found a simple solution to that problem. During a real fire drill, all the slow people, you know who you are, stay back in the classroom and wait for everybody else to run out. Then after, when everybody's gone, then you can go. Hopefully, you didn't get burned alive during that time. Simple problems require simple solutions. This might sound inhumane, but I swear this is the best option for everyone.
What was his mouth? What was his mouth? Why was his mouth like that? I know that's not the point of the video, but it muzzles the wearer. What the?
I speak for the people when I say this. We don't want slow niggas walking 2 kilometers an hour while we're trying to sprint out a burning building. We will push you out the way and run you over. No joke. There's literally no time to waste. You walking around slow is gonna kill the both of us. And not gonna lie, I'd rather you die than me. So get the hell out the way! Leaving them behind in the classroom is the best option.
And like he came outside of the building, go and then kept running.
That's how fire drills at school should be done. Not this single file line stuff.
Oh,
they will
that's
be
a bad
safe, I
domino
promise
effect.
you. We will leave them with a water bottle just in case. But you know what's worse than how schools do fire drills? How schools do lockdown drills. I don't know if they do this in other countries, because y'all don't really gotta worry about this happening like us Americans do. But lockdown drills are basically drills preparing us for just in case a dude come in school trying to play real life Call of Duty. And during these practice drills, they had us turn off
I remember I kind of liked the lockdown drills because our school would always just default to go under the desk and stay quiet. So it was just like, for me, it was nap time. I would just take a nap during lockdown drill.
lights in the classroom, locked the door, and had us all hide in the same corner of the room, staying quiet. And when I say quiet, I mean quietly talking. People like to talk. And yeah, that's basically what we have to do during lockdown drills. Now, do you see why
would
this is...
that really help us in actual situation? I don't know. I think what they should do is make a underground exit that leads to outside per classroom. And then everyone just leaves without having to be outside in the open.
Dumb. We're supposed to do this if the Joker comes in the building. Every
Just
student
sit there.
in the classroom is basically in one place, just hoping that he doesn't come in. This don't leave students safe. This leaves students vulnerable. Just cause you turn off the lights and lock the door doesn't mean he thinks nobody's in there. Bitch, he was in there with us doing the practice drills. He knows what's up. And me personally, I'm not sitting there waiting to die. Soon as I hear a for real lockdown drill and I start hearing I'ma grab the nearest chair and bust the window open, then jumping out, then running as fast as humanly possible. What you think I'm gonna do? Just sit there and play hide and seek with him? No! But there's complications to this too. What if the classroom don't have any windows?
Gosh.
Or
Did I just hop out and
but there's
fall? This is so bad.
complications to this too.
Did this actually happen? I hope this is AI. This happens sometimes? What do you do if this happens? Does it explode? It shouldn't explode, right?
What if the classroom don't have any windows? Or you're in a classroom in the basement? Well, sorry to say this, but you might be screwed, and I'm not gonna hold you. Really, the best thing I can recommend in that situation is running zigzags, bro. Running zigzags. He's gonna miss. However, I have a plan for how lockdown drills should be done. Now,
Okay, when the new shooting game marathon comes out, and if I play, that's how I'll do it. Run in zigzags. That's the strat. Zigzag strat.
you can't have everybody running outside the classroom where the is at. That's just not smart. So we gotta have an escape plan with 0 casualties. Here's the plan. On the loudspeaker on a normal day at school, the announcer will be talking about a special assembly, saying, "Good morning, students. May I please have all the Ethans, Connors, Zachs, Hunters, really all white boys that are wearing DC shoes, please head to the auditorium for a special assembly. There will be complimentary Monster Energy drinks, mayonnaise, and Christian Bale and Ben Sharpio will be special guest speakers. Head there as soon as possible. Thank you." As soon as they hear that announcement, they're gonna be running out that door like animals. They're gonna get there as soon as possible. You had them at mayonnaise,
That's
bro. You
actually
had them at
impressive,
mayonnaise.
everyone.
We do this to get rid of all the quiet
Wait,
kids. 'cause
why mayo for them though? That I don't get. Is that a stereotype for liking mayo that much? The stereotype for white people, really? Wait, I didn't know that white people are stereotyped to like mayo. I never heard this before. We have an ongoing national argument on which mayo is best? What? I didn't know Poland likes mayo so much. As a white man, I can say that I indeed will fight someone for mayo. I don't know, I never heard people really caring that much for mayo. What is most likely to cause anxiety? Giving a speech, getting a haircut, listening to music, buying groceries, all of them? I feel like for me, A, B, D.
One of them gotta be it, bro. One of them, bro. And the special guests don't actually have to show up. It's just a front so we can actually talk about the real plan with the students. Okay, so the plan is this. We all jumping out the window, not hiding in the classroom. We all leaving. After that, outside of every classroom is a secret passageway. And this secret passageway...
I said it. I said it. Secret passage. Oh, wait, hold on. I got the whole like announcement part though. They're gonna say there's gonna be mayo, free mayo. So they're stereotyping and they're hoping that the person with the gun would show up to collect the mail and distract them, and then meanwhile everyone goes through the secret passage to survive. Yeah, I predicted this.
Big wardrobe closet. Looks normal, right? It's supposed to be misleading, because it really leads to a secret basement under the school that only we know about. And in that
Everyone
basement,
gets a
there'll
Batman
be bulletproof armor for all the students and weapons of mass destruction. This is literally the safest place for these students to be. And bam! It's that easy. I just made a drill that's infinitely better than what students do now. Tell me I'm wrong! Then after we done going over the real drill, we call all the quiet kid students back from the assembly. Then they arrive at class. Then we're gonna go over the fake practice drill, which is the real practice drill that people go over today. I just solved American school's biggest problem in like a few minutes. And now a common question might be, well, where we're gonna get the money for weapons of mass destruction and body armor for all the students? And I'm glad you asked that question. And here's my answer. I don't know. There were also tornado drills. I didn't really do this in school because there's really no tornadoes where I live. But the few times we did it, I didn't really understand it as a kid because we'd have to go in the hallways and go on the walls and duck.
That's
and
so
I thought,
crazy. I'm so glad I didn't have to do this in school. This is so stupid. But if this actually can help, of course, this is good to do. But I just didn't think that this would be how you increase your chance of surviving tornado. Once again, we just need underground passage and go underground. Isn't that safer? Bathroom is good for tornado too, since no window. So window is the worst. Doors and windows. Just let the tornado take me. This reminds me though, not too long ago, I was actually in my bed and I start hearing and then I'm like, that's weird. I thought it was like the laundry machine or something, and I'm like, that's really weird. It's really louder than usual. And then it got louder, and the ground actually shook a bit. Basically, I felt the earthquake. It was a passing small earthquake. It was so scary though. And I remember just sitting in my bed, and I was feeling like the earthquake shake. And I'm like, am I gonna die? And then it went away.
what is the tornado gonna do? Jump over us if we all duck it on the wall? Like, what is this? Now that I'm older, I can understand if you don't got a basement, this is probably the best option to protect yourself from a tornado. What else can you really do? Run? You're gonna try to run away from it and you're gonna end up in the land of the Wizard of Oz. But school tornado practice drills is overall done right. Congratulations, you've done one thing right. Man, I should become a principal and run a school. Based on my ideas on how to run school drills, my school about to be the safest school in America. Unlike these other schools teaching fake fundamentals of safety, my school is gonna teach the real fundamentals of life and safety.
How to do the bat wing with your nuts at?
Degen Ohio Tech, grades K to 12. I'ma open that school and have the motherfucking Incredibles and Baki's dad as security. This is gonna be the safest school ever. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I just had a random thought about saving the schools of America by actually proposing good school drills. And in conclusion, any school that's missing a principal, hit me up.
Give it up.
Hey.
I love it.
Okay, well I also saw the underground passageway. Well, the secret passageway. Every school needs a secret passageway underground through the closet. I don't know, hidden path. Namu pre-watch. No, I didn't.